I make sure my camera, and I hit that button, baby, it's over with. Shirelle, good morning, cousin. Murders, good morning. Sharon, good morning. But yeah, cuz make sure y'all send some over to the CA, the Apple Pay, or the Chime. Everything is pinned below. I need all the donations I can possibly get, cuz I need help with a bill. And baby, this bill right here is ridiculous, because if y'all can help me for this month, or whatever like that, for this bill, because y'all know I'm just not getting back into work, and I'm not even going to worry about the unemployment, because a lot of people was telling me, like, with their unemployment, if they try to pay it to you and stuff like that, they say they'll come back and say that they done paid you too much money, then they'll be garnished. No, man, I ain't got time for this shit, saying that I owe them. So I ain't going to even worry about it. So that's why I say everything, they denied me for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. So I'm going to just follow God lead, baby. I ain't finna try to appeal. I ain't doing none of that. Jasmine, good morning. I ain't even worry about it. But yes, indeed. Hold on, Tyra. Did Charles ever come get his what you call him? You took it. Did my mama give it to you? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I already made your box. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had the last little $10, loose $10 I had. I got about $2 in my night. I get me a drink with that. But yeah, cause I don't be having time, but like I say, you know, if y'all up out here grieving and stuff like that, cuz if you need somebody to talk to, do not hesitate to text me and all that stuff like that, cuz I'm really kind of like good with that kind of stuff, with grief and all that stuff like that, cuz sometimes I ain't gonna tell you, no lie, or whatever like that, sometimes I slip up into grief, and I may start crying and stuff like that. I'm like, bitch, why you crying? You know what I'm saying? You sit up here crying, baby, they resting. They good. They still living somewhere else. We don't know, but, you know, they still living on, whether you know it or not, boo. And what's up, Stacey means? But, shit, you crying, but you ain't gonna do it to make yourself sick. You know what I'm saying? Don't make yourself sick over that. Sometimes memories, though. You know what I'm saying? You think about somebody or whatever like that, and it makes you cry. Or, you know what I'm saying? Memories make you cry. However, you're going to be okay, boo. You definitely going to be okay. Don't let nobody, just don't let that get you down. Don't let it get you down. You know, you can shed a couple of tears or whatever like that, but don't boo-hoo cry and stay in the house and I don't want to be bothered. Do something to make you happy. Something. That's why I'm trying to tell you, baby, sometimes I have to stand in the mirror, cuz I have to stand in the mirror and look myself in my face and say, it's going to be okay. And then I start twerking. And I sing, if that's why I don't mind saying I. And then I start doing my little roll, cuz I'll be okay. Sometimes you got to do that, cuz, don't you? Salita, good morning. Sometimes you got to do that. So don't be worried. Don't be crying and boo. Don't be sitting in the house. Get out the house, baby. Make yourself laugh. Lisa Gilroy, what's up? You know, sometimes you got to just do that little roll. I ain't going to lie. I lost my mom 3 years ago in a house fire, and it traumatized me mentally. I'm still in counseling. That is traumatizing, Melissa. Sometimes people death, the way they leave is very traumatizing. So you're going to need counseling. And then that's your mom. You know what I'm saying? Then you couldn't save her like you wanted to. But remember, God put us in certain places at certain times, my love. So therefore, we got to keep living for them. I hate that happened to your mom, because I know that can be a horrible death, somebody being burnt alive. You know what I'm saying? Sharon, but that's how my mom's dad passed too. He was burnt in a house fire. You know what I'm saying? The way that story went on, you know, he didn't want to live anymore after my mom passed away. She had died the year before in 89, 1990, and he died in 91. He died in 91. Then his mama died right after him. I think his mama died before. No, his mama died after him because he went and got her out the house. He helped her out the house and all that stuff like that. He went back in. So, like I say, there could be a horrible death, of course, So, Nana, good morning. Good morning, Cousin Keela. Charity, what's up? Shakira, good morning. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be okay, boo. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But just keep doing your counseling and keep your mental going and all that stuff like that, man. It's people that lost their parents. I ain't even met their parents. You see what I'm saying? Some people ain't never even been held by their parents because they probably died. The parent probably died while giving birth. Or anything, could possibly happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like, I know it can be hard, but y'all just keep fighting. Keep fighting, baby. This is life. Life is hard. I give my kids a sermon yesterday. And I told my kids, I said, look, let me tell y'all something. I said, everything's so funny to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I said, I don't know what's going on between y'all and this, that. You know what I'm saying? Because they laugh and giggle when, kids get on. And I tell them, I said, now, we're not going to have no bullying going on up on 223. We're not going to have no bullying going on. So my thing is, I told them, if y'all not gonna be friends, don't talk to one another. But if you're gonna be friends with a person, I say treat people the way you want to be treated. I said because these children can probably go home. I don't know what's going on, but it's not gonna be going on up on here. And I said because you don't know a parent can, a child can go home and do anything to themselves. I said when y'all get older, I know I'm 22, and I'm not too far along from y'all, but I've experienced a lot from before. So I say, baby, the way when them bills start kicking you, I say stay a child as long as you can. Stay in school. Do want to be in school because you got it. Y'all got it. Because you're not buying your own school clothes. You're not buying nothing. Your phone bill staying paid by your mama, by your grandmama, by auntie, uncle, whoever. But when you get in my shoes and you got a mortgage you got to pay, you got car notes you gotta pay, make sure you pay insurance, make sure that you're going to go get your health check, all this stuff like that. See, your mom and them doing that for y'all. Scheduling doctor's appointments and making sure they child good and all this, make sure you eating a meal every night and all this stuff like that. You got it made right now. But once you hit that legal age and you go out here fucking up and you doing the wrong thing and stuff like that, you will see. I always told her, I said, you will see. I said, treat people the way you want to be treated because I said, God do not play. God do not play, baby. God do not play. And that's what I try to tell. I try to encourage my kids and stuff like that. That's why me and my kids, we got a good connection. You know what I'm saying? I can understand sometimes. But like I told them, I said, some days you probably catch me on a bad day. But that's because I said, y'all don't even know what be going on with me. But that skin condition I got, and there's no cure for it, y'all stressing me out to cause me a flare-up. I made them understand. They like, oh, we sorry. You know what I'm saying? Because now we got to understand it. So they know not to even stress. Don't even stress me out. Don't even stress me out. And I feel better this morning. My arm not hurting. I feel better this morning. So like I said, they gonna respect me. We gotta understand it. And this morning I ended up telling one of the parents, I told her, she was sitting outside this morning. It's for my elementary ride. I told her, I said, good morning. I said, your child, I said, I got his referral written out already because I wrote him up already. I didn't turn it in though, but it's on the paper. So whenever I say I'm turning it in, you know what I'm saying? I said, however, I'm going to watch. She said, send him down here. Some eyes went like that, baby. And she got on to him. And I bet you, he ain't do a thing this morning. I say, see, you see, because some kids have good parents that's not gonna play. They don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be with your mom and dad, cousin or auntie, uncle, and cousin might let them do whatever they want to do, and all this stuff. You see what I'm saying? But when you got a parent that's disciplining their child, and they don't play, and you got some that will understand. And that's how it's gonna be. Good morning, Regina Stokes. Good morning. But that's how it's gonna be. Oh, you live when you come out there. But like I told y'all, cuz, don't let nobody tell you anything about 3. Yeah, the Apple Pay or the Chime. I truly appreciate it, cause I'ma need it. I'm gonna need all the tokens that I can get, cause I gotta try to raise them today. So I ain't gonna try to time myself out. That's the only reason why I didn't do that field trip, cause I said I gotta try to go get my tokens, cause that bill due tomorrow. Well, it's been due, but I ain't gonna let it go past. But they mostly died from the carbon monoxide before the body actually starts to burn. I was told that she made it out the front porch and the neighbors heard her screaming. She was on fire, so she definitely suffered, unfortunately. Yes. Because I seen a video girl up on Facebook. I don't want to ever see that, and I really hate that people have to leave that way and this and the third. But I'm trying to tell you, I seen a girl, she was in a car. Her ex, she said that she told her since she was done with him. He lured her into the car. And somehow, he set her on fire and got out the car. And she literally, I seen this video and I saved it. This girl climbed out the window when she was in full flames. Everything, full flames. I'm talking, this girl was on fire. She ran straight into the front of the church. And she kept telling them, the police had to chase behind her. She said, help me. She was saying, help me. Help me. Help me. That girl was in flames. She got the rolling, however, and stuff like that, but they still didn't get that fire for her for some reason. But he set her on fire. She was a cute girl, light skin and everything. Now she burnt all over her body. And the way how it started out with being a burn victim and this and the third, you know, the skin, it literally burnt her. She was white meat. Still on fire. But you know, when you go into the hospital and stuff, they wrap you all the way up and all that stuff like that. You know, had to make you, build you some skin and all that. That's kind of like fucked up. Yeah, Shawana, baby. And it's been times that motherfuckers have I seen a story. This happened. I don't know where it happened at, but this boy was with a girl and he stripped her naked, baby, and hung her on top, tied her to the top of the house, and I think he set her on fire. He did something like that. But baby, that's why y'all see why I don't date people. I don't want nobody to love me like that. No, indeed. I don't want you to love me like that, but I'd rather mess with somebody else, man. I'd rather to deal with you coming to confront me about messing with your man than me to be with my own. I'm sorry. I always been like that. Kiki, what's up, boo? I just can't. But that's your man. He coming home to you. You deal with that shit. I'm not dealing with it. I don't want you to love me that bad, baby. Like she said, I don't ever want nobody to love me like that, baby. And sometimes people do that. And a girl just posted on Facebook. They said this girl missing now, or whatever like that. But she posted on Facebook. She said her baby dad or her boyfriend or somebody killed her damn child, and her child not moving. She gave them the address and everything like that. This girl missing. This girl is missing. I don't know. And you got people that with kids and all that stuff like that. A baby daddy ended up taking a child. I don't know what is happening, but baby daddy ended up taking a child. When he took the goddamn child, he threw the child in the lake. A newborn. If you don't want the motherfucking baby, bring the baby to somebody that want it. It's people out here that cannot even get pregnant, and y'all make jokes about that and laugh at people because they can't get pregnant. You can have kids, but some of y'all don't even want them. You want benefits off the children. That's what you want. If you don't want the child, let the people know that you don't want the child, grandson. And she wrote a letter. However, she warned him, told him about the streets and all this stuff like that. He didn't want to stay out the streets and disrespect for all that. She gave her rights up. She signed the paper, wrote a letter to them and told them she cannot. And he gone back. You can't do stuff like that when people try to help you out and stuff like that. No, ma'am. You cannot do stuff like that. That grandma says she's a tired grandmother. Tired. So when they don't listen and stuff like that, give your rights up. Give your rights up. That's a legal way to do it. Give your rights up. Can't nobody be mad at you for what you doing, baby. You done did everything you done did. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Don't let it stress you into the grave. Because when it stress you into the grave, and sometimes it's like that. It's like that. If y'all don't want them kids, get them kids up. Give them up. But by you birthing a kid, I want to get my child at this and that, but you're going to neglect them. Why neglect? Well, you can just easily, simple, just sign your rights over. Somebody else want that child. Somebody else want that child. Because some people can't have children. Some people can't have them. It's just like that girl that had been kidnapped. She was in Florida. Got kidnapped straight from the hospital by that nurse. That nurse probably wanted a child so bad she took that baby out to labor and delivery. And was with the kidnapper for years. Until she got grown. She found her mama. Y'all know about that story with that girl. She was her real mama now, but still again, they made a movie about it. But that was a true story. But it's people that want kids that can't have them. That's why you have so many people that treat kids so precious. I went into it was a doctor here in Natchez, but she passed on or whatever like that. She passed on, but still again, when I was young, it was my mama doctor, and she told me, this is a handsome young man. She had a son though. I think she only had one son. And yeah, one son. That's what she got. She only got one son. And her son was a heavy set guy too. And I was heavy set as a young age. When I tell you she spoiled me, she bought me all kind of, I had tablets, I had footballs, I had anything I wanted. School clothes, everything. She bought that for me. She did. She was so nice and so sweet. She just fell in love with me as when I was a child. Do you want to foster a newborn, toddler, or school age? I can't do a newborn because my job, kitty. far as a toddler, I'm going to do an elementary child. You know, somebody that's in school. So while I'm on the bus at this and the third, their child can get up with me and go to work with me, and I can drop them off at school. Now, like, this will be the child I'll be fostering. However, I'm waiting till I get my mold and stuff done in my house. Then I'm going to update my rooms and stuff like that. Make sure everything, like, they got a nice, decent bed. I'm actually going to let them pick out their own bed. Sharonda, hey, if you decide to become a foster parent, what age would you get? I'm telling you, I'm going to be a foster parent. I already got my phone call and this, that, and the third. I'm going to be fostering a child. Somebody just told me about it. One of my coworkers was telling me about it or whatever like that. And I had got my phone call and they was like, well, you ready you ready to do it? I'm like, I can't do it right now because, I got to get this together. They're like, your house don't have to be perfect. Like, you don't have to have a perfect home. You know what I'm saying? I know, but you know how I want to make sure that child is in good standing. And like I said, with the mold situation, I can't bring a child here. You know what I'm saying? So once I get that done and stuff like that and get everything back in order and put me some groceries in my house and all that, but I would definitely have a child. And I'm going to try it out. And guess what? If I like it, I'm going to continue to foster children. Because I will never have kids. Never. Of my own. I'm on my 7th kid. It's a hell of an experience. I know I'll be a great parent. That child gonna be so blessed. Gonna have their iPad and everything. I'm definitely gonna make sure the child have everything that they need. I know how a child is. The child gonna be raised good. But I don't know, whatever color, race, whatever, I don't care. I'm fostering a child. I want to help out. They also say you don't have to have a lot of money as long as you have space and can feed them. Oh, yeah. Nah, you ain't got to have a lot of money. They definitely go by your income. You got to have car insurance. You got to have home insurance. You got to have all that. So, however, I'm not telling y'all that up online. So y'all not know. It's big, but I do it. Just know that when you hear me say, "Oh, I gotta go do this, I gotta do that," I ain't gonna be on live. But not, let y'all know or let y'all ever see the child. Just know I will have one. I'll be fostering a child. I want to try that out because I know a lot of people told me, some people up on here said, you'll love it. You'll like that. But however, they said the ones that's older and stuff like that, I'm not doing that. I'm 20 control. So I'm not trying to do that. I want to definitely try to start young. I want to definitely try to start young on up and, try to be the best foster parent I can be. How is Luda doing? I haven't seen him in forever. Shawana, he's doing okay. He's at home because this morning it was raining and my sister didn't walk him up there, so he done missed school today. But he'll be okay. Or whatever like that. And stuff like that there. Definitely. I love that. Yep, so that's what I'm going to do or whatever like that, because I don't have any kids in this center. Although I know social media is very undefeated. However, baby, before I even start that process, they already know what as far as social media. So if you get phone calls and this, that, and the third and lies and all this, baby, because people pray against you. People, let me just call just because. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, baby. I'm doing what I'm going to do. That's why y'all won't know too much of when I do it. Move in silence. You ain't got to tell nobody your every move. But just know I am considering being a foster parent. So, I don't care what nobody say. I'm definitely going to try it out. I know I ain't wrong, shit. I know I ain't wrong cutting my ring. I just know how these folks is. No, I didn't finish my hair. It's still the same. I ain't got time for it right now. I fix it up for Friday. I'll go have me a couple of drinks Friday night. That's because they raised out of control. None of my kids are disrespectful or give me grief. I don't whoop them. They just have respect because I respect them. I have never forsaken them. Right, but I'm not rewarding a disrespectful child. Not rewarding a disrespectful child. You won't get rewarded. Yeah, you gotta move in silence when you're doing stuff like that, because, baby, people don't like to see nobody doing good, and I don't know why, because I'm one of the best people that you can ever meet. I love everybody. That's why I don't see how people have been nasty and rude with me. Shit. When they get nasty and rude with me, I get nasty and rude back with them. Shit. Who the fuck are you? Shit, who the fuck are you? Shit. I'm Tobias Carvel, boo. Shit. I bleed just like you bleed. 10-5. I'm glad to hear you say you're gonna separate the two. Yeah, I'm gonna separate the two, because business come before pleasure. And if I'm doing something like that, I'm gonna remain professional. Keeping that child, in my care. I'm responsible for that child. So she just like with me driving the school bus. When those kids up on my bus, I'm responsible for the kids. So whatever that they choose that they want to do, they want to disrespect, you ain't gonna tell me what you're not gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna sit where I tell you to sit. Exactly. Move inside this best for the way. Yeah, I know, because let me show y'all what I got on. Let me show y'all what I got on today, because y'all finna die there, because I walked in Nene's house today. Nene say, boy, what that is you got on? Why you clacking? Look. I got the boost on, baby. I got the boost on today. Clacking, cousin, clacking. We're clacking this morning. Clacking this morning. Look, I gotta use the bathroom. Baby, on the ground, 10-4. You want to go to the trail ride so bad, T. Ah, God. I was invited to one Saturday. I'll probably go up there Saturdays in Robinsonville. With Charleston. Charleston, y'all know where the Charleston, Mississippi. I'll probably be up there at that trail ride. Boots on the ground. They don't know what I be wearing, shit. But yeah, I gotta use the bathroom. Shakira, baby, better out than in. 10-5. Why the hell you got them boots on in this weather, but you play too much? Girl, this morning it was raining. Shit, I ain't want to walk in no puddles. But hold on, y'all. I ain't skirting, bitch. I'm constipated. 10-5. Because make sure y'all send some over to the CA, the Apple Pay, or the Chime. I need all the donations I can possibly get this morning, because I gotta pay that bill. If y'all can help me out, please send some on over, boo.